Okay, so I'm about to start recording, and this looks like it's working. Testing?
Testing.
Okay, yeah, that's going good.
Basically, it's recording on the laptop.
Yeah, it's a case where, once again, at the end of the day, if the video doesn't come across that great, you can always put images in place of a bad video. If the audio doesn't come through, then it isn't any good at that point. And so I like to kind of have what I call some redundancy.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So, if you want to take me through the pictures.
This is already when we were in camp, and I would say this is 1946 or 7.
Yeah,
And
because you're there.
yeah.
I see Richard in the
Yeah,
background.
okay, see, and that's me, and then I don't know where, I have to look at who the other people are.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, that way this is hardly, I don't know, and these are Peter's kids, Hendrits and Renaud. That's the youngest one, and next dude, in 84, so it's a couple of years ago.
Okay.
I don't know what, yeah. And that's grandmother. This is Henins. And these are pictures that got sent by Elmar's, or his dad. Can't verify who. And I suspect this is definitely not, this is in Skrunda most likely. And where that's taken, I have no idea.
Were they, I know that in the book, y'all took a train whenever y'all fled. Y'all went from Pompeii to Saldus and caught a train there that went to Leopodia.
Right.
And y'all were debating on whether or not to stop off to see relatives in Skrunda.
Yeah, the thing is that the train stopped in Skrunda.
Yes.
Because Skrunda and Pompeii is probably, I don't know, 10 or 20 miles between them. It's not a big distance. And the question was, we didn't know when trains are going to leave, how long they're going to stay.
You didn't want to miss it.
And we definitely want to be on it.
Yeah.
Because that's how we could get to Leopold.
Yes. Do you know when y'all took the train? It seems like, if I remember correctly, or in the book, it said something about getting into a house in Leopodia November, I want to say 22nd, but it was 22nd, 26th, something around that time period.
We left our house on November 11th.
Okay.
So by the time we got to Saldus was probably 3 days later.
Yeah.
Because the day we left, it was drizzly, rainy, had been wet. The wagon sunk in mud. The Germans loaned us a horse. Besides our own. We also had a cow with us, which made it to the place where we then stayed in somebody's barn. We also went in the house. The house seemed to somehow had been a telephone exchange or something like that. Not that I saw anything that resembled that. Only thing I remember seeing was a mirror. It was a big mirror when we went in the house. So.
Oh, so I'm going to do something real quick because it occurred to me just now.
Yeah.
I doubt that this is we're seeing you on here, but we aren't seeing the pictures on here. And so I'm going to stop this for a moment. And the reason why is I'm going to disconnect it from here, and I'm just going to do a free handheld so that we can see the pictures and you.
Oh,
And so that was your grandmother
Yeah,
on the Henins side?
Henins side, right. And in some pictures, she has a crew cut.
Was that for a similar reason? I know that Mom said that she had a crew cut because of the potential
No,
of
this-
lice.
This was, I don't know, even a
Preference.
reasonably formal looking picture.
Okay.
Yeah. And here is a picture of the Sudmalis family, which you've probably seen before.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I've got that in my collection, so...
Yeah. That's how you remember.
So I may end up needing to grab something to write later on. Write the names down.
Yeah, somewhere I have a picture, an overlay with everybody's.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, something I got from Ivers.
Uh-huh.
So, and this, I'm trying to remember what the occasion was, but and there's Sudmalis' grandparents. This is the oldest, Antoni, Annette, was that Annette? Yeah, and Skops. They lived down the hill from us.
So were they like the oldest
She was the oldest in the family
of the
And-
daughter, I mean of the
of
children?
all the kids. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think that's Adolf's the youngest,
Yeah.
and that looks like mother. And the rest and who these are, don't ask me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cousins, maybe.
Yeah. And so this explains who's who.
Okay.
Turn it like this.
So I'll want to, when I don't have this in
Okay.
my hand, I'm going
Yeah.
to want to grab the picture that I have,
Yeah, we
And
can copy this.
copy that. Excellent. Oh, actually, yeah, that would be perfect because then we
Yeah.
can just. Oh, so that's another thing. I brought a portable scanner, and I don't know if there's anything that we'd want to scan. I wasn't certain if y'all had a copier or not or
Barbara
whatever.
has it.
But
Oh, multifunction.
okay, perfect. Thank you.
This is the Sudmalis, and that's her
Funeral.
funeral.
Okay.
And that's mother and dad. Wedding and another time. This date would be written down. This date is not.
When was the marriage? When did they get married? If you don't remember.
30 roughly. I have to look in there's a record
Oh, oh,
There's a
okay.
family tree that has all that information in it.
Okay.
And I don't know who these guys are.
Oh. Oh.
So, and I guess this is a little older than that. And somewhere there's, in this series, there's also a dog's tale, but these are Peter's kids. This is another picture of that we just saw. All right. Here's a dog's tail, Bob's. And I think that's just different size picture.
Yeah, it looks like it.
That's some
Because the same
some
everything.
little brat named me.
Yes.
These now are camp time. We were at the DP camp
Yeah.
in Ingolstadt.
I recognize those pictures.
Yeah.
I think the ones on the one of you up top on the left I recognize, and the one to the right of it.
Yeah, that's Ivers. That's me.
But this one,
Yeah.
and this one I recognize. And that one.
Then these two, there's the castle behind us.
Uh-huh.
This is me and a friend, and I'm not sure anymore, remember, got his name, their names. But it's in Ingolstadt. And this is when we are in a Gloucester house, and this would be the spring of 48,
Okay.
when we're in this
Oh.
transfer camp. Ivers and I are.
Oh, so this is after you've left the DP camp
Now
and you're.
we left DP camp of December 7th, 47,
Yeah.
and
Was this in America?
pardon?
Was that in
This in
America? This
this
is still in Germany.
This is in Germany.
Okay.
Yeah. Before we came to the States.
Yeah.
From this camp, we went by train to Bremenhaven to a ship which took us to New York.
Okay. Y'all didn't go on the. You didn't happen to possibly go on the USS General Black, did you?
No,
Y'all went on a
U.S.
different one.
Marina Flasher.
I may
Yeah.
need to get
Yeah.
that spelling from you.
Yeah, and this picture and this picture, also you ought to have. These are taken in Germany, early January when we're in.
While the war was still on.
Oh yeah. It's after we had just gone to Germany.
Yes.
We were in an encampment that had also wire around it and guards at the gate. And some of the other people wore golden stars.
Yes.
So
Was that Brandenburg?
Brandenburg, that's what I was trying to remember.
Yeah.
And they were in DP camp.
Okay.
And this is me and when we were in Gloucester House in that transit
Oh,
camp.
yes.
He's an American,
Okay.
Mr. Kish.
Huh.
See? Oh, yeah. These are the same pictures of the people, the students in school in Ingolstadt.
Okay.
There's your mama. No, your grandmother. No, your mother. Your
Mother.
Your mother. We gotta. Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
take that as a compliment.
Yeah.
There's Richard.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had him sit down
Yeah,
and had the
yeah.
younger kids behind him. He's usually on
on
the
the-
back row.
Yeah, but he stood down. They had something to stand on.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And that one.
Uh-huh.
So
Oh.
and that was our English teacher.
Y'all had an English teacher in
Yes.
Ingolstadt. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense since
Yeah.
you were in the American zone.
Yeah. And even in English zone, they taught them English.
Huh?
Even in English zone, they taught them English. The French zone, don't ask me. Yeah. These are while at camp.
Uh-huh.
Then we went to a summer camp. I guess the summer of 47 or 46. 40, I don't know. Probably one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Probably 47, more likely. That's me. And that's the same series that you saw earlier.
Yeah.
And that's me and, okay, one of my friends, that's Oscar, Ivers Koplis, you know, and that's me in my Boy Scout uniform. And
Oh, I always
That's
love the
Ivor.
bottom left picture.
these you've
Yeah.
seen before. These you've seen before, not
Yeah.
necessarily this one. This was sort of our class.
Okay.
And this is when we came to the States.
I was just wondering that because that picture kind of reminds me.
Which
It's
one?
not the same, but the bottom right one reminded me of the. At first, I was thinking, why do you have the picture of Mom and her family at the shack in Columbus, Kentucky? And then I realized, no. This is a nicer house, and it's not them.
No.
Something about the shot, the pose.
And again, this is my friend Ivers Kupus on his bicycle. Again, this was a scout thing at the camp. This is I can show you on a map, or this was the inner fortifications in Ingolstadt, the old
Okay.
fortifications.
Okay.
That's
Was it
me.
what y'all called the castle or something like that?
Well, no, the castle wasn't.
This was different.
Yeah, I'll have to look at this.
And I've got something that I brought that's like a brochure of Ingolstadt that's kind of got a quasi, like a touristy map on the back
Well,
with like the names of all the places and shows
Yeah.
where they are.
Okay, so that's my class. That's me. And there's again me, and this is. I think this is the same picture as. I just put it out of the way. I thought. Oh. It was the one in the beginning. Well, maybe, okay, it's the same as this picture. Except it's smaller.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'll put it in the back. And there's Ivers, and
That's at Ingolstadt.
in Ingolstadt,
Yeah.
the camp was off this way up. The structure you see used to be a gas manufacturing plant. Basically, the tower, when it filled up with gas, it would rise up, and I guess there was water or something that it would sink in for the bottom seal. Yeah, but that's all now gone. Camp, some buildings are here and there, and some here. This is that summer camp I showed you. Yeah.
Gotcha.
No, this is not. This is Boy Scouts. That's not summer camp. This is that summer camp. And I don't know why.
Was Boy Scouts back in Germany or here?
This in Germany.
Okay.
Yeah. And these pictures, nobody I know, they just showed pictures, you could get of, obviously these are older people doing it, what they were doing, jumping into the lake, and I don't know why I got them, but I got them, so. It's this seance, or this event, this camping experience. We went there once. And that you've probably seen before.
Actually, I haven't. That must be a picture.
Well,
Maybe Laura got it.
Yeah. And this is wintertime in Ingolstadt.
Okay.
That's me on the sled. This is people you wouldn't know. This is my first school experience. I went to the second grade in Pampar. That's me.
And I was wondering if you had gone to school in Latvia, and I saw it in the book. So yeah, that would have been from then.
Just then went to the second grade. Never went to kindergarten or first grade. That year I was in there's stuff to do with war and all that kind of good stuff. So.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
think,
the video I had,
yeah. And the rest
Oh,
of
wait.
this is not just pictures of Germany. Here's Ingolstadt. That looks like Heidelberg. Heidelberger Schloss. Heidelberg Castle. That's Ingolstadt.
did y'all ever go, y'all were just south of Nuremberg
Yeah,
in Ingolstadt.
yeah. That's a ways to Nuremberg, yeah.
Okay, I was just curious. Y'all never went there though.
Been there and going through.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And this is in Latvia. This is on the way to Vinewood. We used to come down here. Then there's a float, I don't know what you call it, the raft, that you could, with a wagon, you could go on top. There was a rope that you pulled along and get to the other side. And
Oh, okay,
a self-propelled ferry.
okay. Yeah,
And that's what was left of our house.
yeah.
You can see the chimney. These pictures comes from Elmar's. That's Karen in her youth.
Oh,
And then these are from, that's Peter and and relatives of Aunt. But just don't ask me who.
okay.
That's again Peter. Okay, this is
That's the linden tree.
linden tree, and the way the branch bends, it tells you which way you're looking. So, a little, yeah. And interestingly enough, this iron cross,
Yeah.
I hadn't. It's still there today.
Huh. So you've been back.
Yeah, we're in back. Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, in some of the videos, you could see this if they worked. And I
We'll
think,
work on that.
yeah, but the trouble is the videos are in digital. There's some non. This is all on Peter's family, I think.
Actually, can you flip back one? I was wondering if that was Christina there.
This is Peter and Ari,
Oh,
and this is their wedding.
so she looks very much like her daughter
Well, in that
picture.
Yeah. She would look, not surprising, Christine would look like her. Yeah.
Yes.
And I can't tell you
Who's who?
who's who because Peter went and he was living with aunts, Adolf's first wife's
Yes.
relatives. And the relatives were very much down on Uncle Adolf because he sent Peter and Aunt away from as the Russians were coming in. But Germans would not let the men go, so he had to stay behind. So he's trying, and so in August of 48, I'm sorry, 45, 44 rather.
44, yeah.
We're going to get the right year yet. They came through our house, and they were on a horse and a wagon. Okay.
And when you say they, was that
Peter and Aunt.
and
And
Aunt? Okay.
Yeah. But I don't know. I always had assumed they went by land to Germany, but I'll have to ask Peter again, because then they got to Germany. Somehow Uncle was capable of sort of locating them. In fact, he left a briefcase and I don't know, some other stuff at some farm, and he told Aunt, "You go there. Okay, we can meet." And I don't know exactly the time frame, or it was the same day or next day, but Peter and Aunt were on a train, and the train got stopped, and oh my God, I guess Aunt got as far as the place where the briefcase was, but she didn't want to leave the furniture she had on the train. So they went back to the train, and then a little bit they got greeted by Russian soldiers. And so that was where they got parted. And
it seems like I remembered hearing, was Adolf scouting or something? Was he told her to go to where the briefcase was, and he was kind of...
Yeah. And the thing is that I got these details I got from Aunt in Toronto, but again, I've not...
was that Aunt Aya?
Aunt Aya,
Yeah.
But then when Peter, sort of might say, found out really what had gone on, he said that the relatives had sort of faked him out quite a bit.
Oh, I know. A few years back, whenever I found out that Aunt Aya had died, I posted something on Facebook, and I tagged Barbara with it, and Patras found it, and I want to say he ended up on Facebook, and he put a heart on it as like an emotion, and I ended up friending him at that point, and later on friended Christina also. So I kind of have a little. We ended up figuring out that they didn't speak English and I don't speak Latvian, but luckily Facebook and Google kind of help bridge.
That was Marlene's wedding anniversary. Wedding invitation. Of course, it's next door to Peter and Christine. Does she look like her mother? Wow.
Oh, there, gotcha.
In her younger days.
Yeah.